Hey guys, welcome back to part 2 of the Budapest travel vlogs. So in the morning for brunch, we visited another beautiful restaurant. Like the New York Cafe, the interior of this restaurant is so beautiful with the dome ceiling and everything. I ordered a Bailey's latte because I love anything remotely related to Bailey's. We also ordered this sponge cake. For the main dish, we got this Hungarian-style steak and this eggplant dish. This Hungarian-style steak was very interesting because it was very thin, so it's not really like your typical steak. Everything was very delicious. Afterwards, we made our way to another bath called Széchenyi baths, which is one of the largest and most famous baths in Europe. I highly suggest booking in advance on a third-party app or platform, especially if you're visiting during the holidays. We didn't do this and we had to wait for more than an hour to get in, and by the time we got in, it was already dark outside. Because of how big the place was, we easily spent 4 hours there. As you can see, there are so many different baths, pools, saunas, steam rooms. I found this salt inhalation chamber and this chromotherapy sauna to be the most interesting. I would say out of all the baths in Budapest, this one is definitely worth going to because it is the largest one and probably the most popular one. We took the oldest subway line back to where we were staying and we went to a cozy little Japanese restaurant for dinner. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to day 5. We started off the day by grabbing some coffee at a coffee shop called Espresso Embassy. I got the Embassy chai with a shot of espresso and it was so good. Probably one of the best chais I've ever had. For lunch, I really wanted to try this restaurant because every time we passed by, there was always a queue, so I wanted to see what the hype was all about. I would consider this place a hole-in-the-wall restaurant that serves home-style Hungarian food since the prices are very affordable. It was a bit oily and heavy for me, but for the price, I would say it's definitely worth trying. Definitely get their homemade raspberry juice, it was really good.
Foggy mornings are where I begin.
In the afternoon, we crossed the chain bridge to the Buda side. I was really looking forward to the funicular or the cable car to go up to the Buda Castle, but unfortunately, it was under construction work or something, so we had to walk all the way up to the Buda Castle. There was quite a bit of fog going on that day, which created a different kind of feeling.
Say I love you, it's only hard with you. It would be so simple if you didn't love her too. But I got foggy mornings to wake me up. On days you treat me like I'm not enough. Well, there are songs that listen and know just how I'm feeling. 'Cause it's not hard to say I love you, it's only hard with you. It would be so simple.
Afterwards, we walked over to the Fisherman's Bastion. Apparently, they are now charging for admission tickets, but when we went, it was still free of charge.
Say I love you. Say I love you. If it was true, so foggy morning.
In the evening, we had booked a cruise on the Danube River. There are many companies offering these cruises along the Danube, but we chose a company called Duna because they have really good word of mouth. They offer two kinds of cruises, the elegant cruise and the historical cruise, in which we chose the first one. The elegant cruise also includes a welcome drink. I believe this is some sort of sweet wine. We chose to sit outside on the deck upstairs. Although it was -1 degrees that night, it wasn't very windy, so it didn't feel that cold. This cruise is 1 hour long, and during this time we saw landmarks along the Danube River, with the most famous one probably being the Parliament building. At the end of the cruise, we also saw one of the historical boats departing. We headed straight to dinner afterwards. I love the interior design of this restaurant. I feel like that's what I say about all the restaurants in Budapest. The food was also top-notch as well. Day 6, which is also our last day in Budapest, was a rather chill one. We went to this brunch place, which again was super close to where we were staying, and every time we passed by, there was always a huge lineup. They are known for their cookies, and though I really wanted to try them, I was so stuffed that I had to pass. We ordered a pistachio raspberry latte and a Assam black tea. I got a chicken and waffle stack, and my goodness, I really should have taken the word stack more seriously because it really did come as a pretty big stack, and it was so filling. Our last day in Budapest was also New Year's Eve, so we went to a place called Gozsdu Court to get some pre-dinner drinks. This place was all decked out in Christmas decorations, so we just chose a restaurant/bar with the most festive decorations. I also really liked the names of the drinks on the menu. They had some really fun names. For dinner, we went to a Michelin 1-star restaurant. This was a 7-course meal, and here is the New Year's Eve menu. To go along with the bread, there are 2 kinds of butter, the red one being kimchi flavored, and I think I like that one the most. Does anyone else like to sniff their bread before eating it? Our waiter told us that the candle on our table was actually edible. It was made from some sort of animal fat. Before letting us try it with the bread, he sprinkled some salt on it, and I can pretty much only taste the salt. All of the amuse-bouche were amazing, but I think the main dishes that came afterwards were my favorite.
Special ingredients is at the bottom you can find a potato that has been baked. On the top will be a rainbow caviar selection.
The first main dish did not disappoint. The fish, the potato, the sour cream, the caviar, everything tasted amazing. The presentation of this dish made me feel like I was eating out of a fairy tale wonderland or something like that. I do feel like I prefer white truffle over black truffle more, but for the price, I was very happy. And besides, truffle is truffle, can't complain. This Wagyu beef was literally so good, but the Chinese cabbage was a little salty for me.
So now we can come to the next course as a foie gras.
I love this foie gras, beetroot, and red currant combination. Next was the pigeon, pearl barley, yeast, and pomegranate. This green thing that resembled vegetables, I'm assuming, was very interesting. It was light, slippery, and watery, and I really liked it. So our meal was coming to an end, and this was our pre-dessert. Can we just take a moment to appreciate how delicate it is? Our waiter also grated some sweet pepper onto it. These things that look like rice are actually citrus pieces. It was a bit sour, but I love sour things. I also felt like this served almost like a cleanse for the palate. By this time, my eyes were starting to turn red, which means my biological clock is telling me I should be going to bed soon. The main dessert was this sticky toffee pudding, which was absolutely amazing. I loved how it had a salty taste to it. I noticed how I love it when there is layering to flavors, if that makes any sense. For example, bitter plus sweet, or sweet plus sour, or sweet plus salty. So not just one flavor, but multiple flavors. The sourness from the passion fruit ice cream was also a really nice touch. It really helped balance out the sweetness and the saltiness from the pudding.
And now, please let me introduce the dish from the bottom part of the plate. So the very bottom has a brown one, you can see the passion fruit. Then about on your left hand side, you can see the choux pastry, and on that you can see this flower pudding. And about on the right hand side, you can see the choux pastry with pistachio.
Overall, I really enjoyed this meal. I love the flavors, the creativity, the combinations of the ingredients, basically everything about it. Everyone there was super friendly. They kept on complimenting on my outfit, on my bag, and let's be honest, for me, that's like one of the biggest compliments you can ever give me. After dinner, we took tram number 2, which is the oldest tram in Budapest that existed since 1942. This tram runs on the Pest side of the Danube River. We wanted to take this ride because it was recommended to us. Apparently, you can see a really nice view along the river, but for some reason, we weren't able to see anything. Maybe it was because of the fog, maybe because it was at nighttime, or maybe because it was winter time. So personally, I don't really recommend this activity. And that's pretty much it for this vlog, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.